Tired and disappointed, the young man left the laboratory and took the elevator back outside into the garden. The elevator cracked and clocked, but the garden bathed the night in color. A little spring ran through under the bridge in the middle of the garden. In the back, he noticed a stage with people sitting at it, enjoying a play. He walked through the garden, instantly rejuvenated from the crisp air and blooms. But the sky above was gray from the light pollution, and so there was no more heaven above. The scene lacked purity, and Key was reminded that he was still on the good old planet that was suffering from overpopulation. Humans had stolen the beauty of nature and shattered it like a crystal ball, fooling themselves with the fantasy that the pieces left were small diamonds. The garden had a fruitless beauty about it. Key ignored his shallow mood and walked to the stage and sat down on a pillow, joining the 20 or so people sitting there in silence. On the stage, a cherry tree was blossoming gorgeously with the hologram lights and the background screen creating the image of a meadow at dusk in ancient Japan. A samurai with tears running down his cheeks swung the katana high into the air and slashed it right down, chopping the head of a man on his knees right off. A flute proceeded playing carelessly as he slid the bloody katana back into the holster. With a warrior wept that no blood on the ground shall return his love achy back. The stage faded to black, then ignited in light blue and pink colors, and the actors bowed while music played. After a minute or two, the viewers relaxed to the music in the night that was pleasant to the senses. Master Zen slowly stepped closer to Key and looked him in the face.
How did you like the play? It was so dazzling, yet tragic.
The old man coughed faintly.
Oh, I just left the laboratory, and I have to admit that I did not see more than the very last scene. But it kind of spoke for the whole piece as a contrast. Yes, the evening seems to be engaging, even magical, I have to say.
Key's smile was a rather short one. He then exhaled in depression, his eyes looking away as if observing a stone drowning in dark waters.
You know, my beloved friend, I lately have noticed that with age I have trouble enjoying art and music, no matter how enchanting it is. I think it comes with age. And my brain just does not amuse itself from such stimulation. All I care for these days is money and making money. I wasn't like that before. I found incredible joy, and this play was one of my favorites. I even felt genuine love toward it when I first saw it. Being so old is not much fun anymore, I'm afraid. I simply lack the romance in my sight when I gaze upon the world.
I might one day become like you. I feel it, if I dare to say so.
Key confessed that the garden could not pierce his grim soul.
So, did you have any luck in the laboratory?
The old Master Zen looked Key in the eye, trying to find a sparkle of hope.
No, I did not find what I was looking for, sadly.
Oh, there is still time for it, my child. Do not worry, and you are welcome, always welcome, to use my laboratory for your science as you please, my friend.
I'm indeed very grateful, Master Zen.
Master Zen bowed and strolled off with his hands behind his back. It was time for him to enjoy the rest of the night on his crimson-red antimatter bed. As the old man left Key's field of view, he noticed a young girl admiring him. She was rather skinny and cute-looking. She had short brown hair and light gray eyes. She felt embarrassed, for he had caught her watching him. Yet what surprised Key was that she was not trembling like a bunny in front of a snake before him. She was coming closer.
My name is Lan.
She had little dimples in her cheeks, and the tone of her voice was bursting with childlike alacrity, even happiness. She stretched her hand out to shake hands.
Hello, my name is Kai.
He shook her hand with a confused expression, but he did smile. He just couldn't figure out what she wanted from him.
Hey.
Her eyes were so much wider than those of the boy opposite her. They did not shine like jewels. No, for there was so much more life within, flames dancing in a once-high forest, with birds singing and sun rays playing hide-and-seek among the trees.
How come you don't have shoes?
I looked down on her bare toes that were slightly muddy.
Fuck, cock, balls. Grab you by the balls.
The girl violently choked out. Her breast kicked forward. She couldn't hold it back.
Can I touch your balls?
The girl twitched and whistled.
Are you okay?
Kay looked at the teenager with his narcissistic, mesmerizing look, calming her with his aura.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
There were no tears in her eyes.
Don't be.
It's my Tourette's. Can I suck your dick?
She said lovingly and proceeded twitching and whistling.
I understand. No worries. It doesn't bother me.
The gent knew exactly what was wrong with the girl.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm pretending to be a huntress in this garden.
The young lady did emit an energy of strength. It whirled hand in hand with her burning body, her wildness. It was all written in her hair.
Fucking balls. Can I touch your dick?
Strange vulgarities coming from such a dainty teenager, she just couldn't control it.
How did you like the play? Beautiful, wasn't it?
There was the delightful garden, the darkness of the night, the music still playing on the stage, and the lights rhythmically changing, but Key only gazed into the girl's face. She had tiny light freckles under her eyes.
Yes. Scary too. And I didn't tick once. Now that I think of it, it was really beautiful, but sorrowful that the girl had to die. I would have fought back right to my death if I was her.
How the girl's chest flared up in bravery!
I'd say, do you mind coming with me? To the basement where it's the laboratories of Master Zen are? Did you know where they are?
Yes, but Master Zen doesn't allow us to play there.
Curiously, she waited for Key's reply.
That's okay. He won't be mad or angry if you go there with me. Come.
He gestured with his head for her to follow. They hiked through the garden over the bridge toward the laboratory. She looked like an elf next to the man dressed all in black.
You don't have a human subject number. Is that true?
Without the number, she was born illegal. She had no human rights and could not have any legal status unless someone paid the hefty tax for her to become a legal human subject.
No, I don't.
She didn't feel shame, but she did understand that she was worse off and limited because of it. However, to her it seemed that was the way of life. She accepted the world for what it was and did not fight its ills and flaws. She was just innocently thrown into it, really.
Don't worry. You will get it someday.
Kia grinned, but he did not believe his own words. Master Zen had taken the girl under his wing, but the tax, with a fine included, was just too high for anyone to pay, and the girl didn't have a chance to orange make the money herself. There was nothing she could do. They took the elevator to the basement. When the elevator doors opened, Lan shouted,
Monkey balls.
They proceeded to enter the laboratory. The light still shone brightly, but now it had become empty and silent.
Come lay in this chair. Don't be scared.
Key commanded her to assume the position on the operating chair with a large white machine above it.
What are we doing?
She obeyed him and laid back on the operating device.
Just fixing your brain. Relax and enjoy.
He took the girl's arm and pierced the skin with a needle. He went toward the touchscreen table with holograms of the girl's brain function flickering in front of him. The next 2 hours, he sat there watching the pretty miss getting her brain parts rewired. That was the on-4 brain augmentation model for the girl. A rather small device that stretched its tentacle wiring out into other brain parts. He made the computer calculate the brain and skull growth parameters for the next 15 years and everything checked out. After the 2 hours were done, the machine had finished fixing the girl's brain and closed the tiny hole in her skull. Steroids and a high-frequency radiation grew the affected cell growth back within minutes as if there had been no intervention. He had then sat down next to the operating chair and initiated the simulation in his brain, running one of his codes. When he opened his eyes within the delusion, he stood on a small hill in the middle of a meadow that reached to the horizon. The bright orange sun shone across the vast sky, and the tall, dark red grass leaned in the artificial wind. He started up the same code in Lan's brain augmentation.
Oh, wow.
She appeared next to him on the hill.
Hey, dreamer.
Key welcomed her into the simulated world.
The sun is so large and bright and orange. Oh, and look at those flowers.
The girl was bewildered by the allure of it all.
Yeah. Pretty, isn't it?
Yes. Where are we?
She was confused, but the surroundings were comforting and induced a sense of happiness.
We are in a dream, I wrote. I made this simulation. You now have a brain augmentation and can experience these. Also, your Tourette's is gone.
Key smiled. He felt nothing.
Wait, where are we?
Our real bodies are still in the laboratory, so don't worry. We're safe. I will show you how to use your brain augmentation, how to wake up and all. You can use my database and go through all the dreams I have there. Watch this.
He made 2 steps and jumped off the hill. He did not fall and crash, no. He glided just above the flowers far into the meadow with his fingertips kissing the grass.
Whoa. That's so cool. How do I do it?
Oh, she was shouting still on the top of the hill!
Just try.
Hiya.
Her jump was whimsical, but she managed to glide down the hill elegantly and landed next to Key.
Yeah? I will spawn us back.
They'd reappeared on the hilltop.
That was so cool. So cool.
Look, you can change the sky.
And the sky turned purple, and then it turned light blue and pink.
And you can change the flowers too.
Suddenly, the hill was covered with red poppies. Then they changed into pink, light blue, and purple sweet peas mirroring the fake sky above.
Now me?
And the girl turned the hill and the whole meadow into thorny red roses.
I sure about got enough of this?
Kay giggled.
I love you, monkey balls.
She hugged him. He felt nothing.